Hello. Thank you for joining me as we bring the Detroit Zoo to you. My name is David, Education Specialist for the Detroit Zoological Society. Today is another day when we tell stories, and today's story is why turtles live in water. We all know that there are turtles and there are tortoises, but tortoises live on land, and turtles live in the sea or in water or swampy areas. But what we know is that all turtles are not tortoises, but all tortoises are, some are turtles. So today we are going to visit West Africa. Now, West Africa, where my pink circle is, that's where our story is based on. But the story itself has spread to so many other areas, but that's where the origin is. So the turtle story starts with one clever turtle who was found out at the wrong time, wandering around in the bushes. And this is and this was a time when turtles had not been seen before by many people. So what the turtles happened to be very rare. And these hunters happened to see the turtles, roaming around in the bush. And they wondered what this creature is, and as such, they decided to take the turtle to the chief of the village. And the chief of the village, seeing the turtle right there, could not believe what the people had brought to him. This was a very unique thing. So the chief said, well, we will try to eat him, kill him and eat him. But no one had an idea how they would do that, because this is not like any other animal that they had caught before. Well, the hunter said, well, we will, what do we do? Well, the turtle came back and said, well, guess what? The best way you can, if you want to kill me, the only way you can do is use your stakes. It is either you use your stakes and hit me and try to kill me. They tried, and the stakes they were carrying broke. Well, the turtle gave another idea. How about this time you take me to the river and drown me? That way, you do not have to waste more stakes and more energy. So they all took the turtle to the river, celebrating. You can imagine how happy the villagers were. When they got to the river and the deepest part of the river, they looked for the deepest part and they dipped that turtle there. And they waited and waited. In the meantime, they were congratulating and giving high five to each other. Hi, oh, this was the best, this is greatest. But tell you what, once they had finished celebrating and giving each other high five, two little green eyes popped up on the surface of the water. And there was the turtle. There was the turtle peeping and showing them what, and asked them what's going on here. And guys, Don't take those pots out as yet. I am not dead. I guess I will spend most of the time of my time here and in the river and deep submerged. With their necks and their heads bowed down, everyone left. They could not believe what they saw. They could not believe that the turtle was still alive, even after waiting and keeping him there for a long time. What were they to tell the chief? That was the biggest question. What do we tell the chief? And they tried to go dive in and look for the turtle. No, it was too deep. They had chosen the wrong place. They had chosen the place where they themselves could not go in. That's one big mistake that they did when they got to the river. So they went back home. They went back to tell the chief that the turtle has is not dead, but is actually alive, but has swum down the river. Well, it was not a big concern for the chief, neither for the village. After all, they had not had a meal out of a turtle. So since then, no one ever kills and eats the turtle. But it's a big story. It's a story that will tell us, that shows us a little bit or teaches us some morals. Tell me, can you think of some morals that you think before you see my morals? What do you think this story teaches? Well, number one, for me, the story would teach us, no matter how smart you think you are, there's always another one who is even smarter than you. So work hard. Always see that there is room for improvement. Number two, sometimes quick thinking can save you from a lot of trouble. So do not underestimate those who you do not know before you engage them. And very important, there's always a way out, even when it seems as if there is no way, there's none. So another thing is, it's important to show sympathy, empathy, compassion to other living things, other creatures. They too have a right to exist. Now, coming back to the Detroit Zoo. The Detroit Zoo is a leader in so many ways, especially in the conservation circles. At the Holden Reptile Conservation Center, here we meet a very unique reptile called Matamata. Matamatas, they are so unique that you might confuse them to be a huge tropical leaf, a tree leaf on the ground. They seem, and that's placed for the advantage for them, because sometimes the fish would confuse them to be a rock or some kind of something that they need to explore. And once the the fish comes closer to the mouth, well, the fish makes a very good meal out of that quickly. But since Matamatas are unique, they're different. Their heads and necks are large and flat, and they are covered with these numerous protuberances, what's skinned. They just look unique. But the way they catch the fish, when that fish that are attracted by the turtle's fringes of skin swim too close to the head, the Matamata snaps its mouth shut, the water is slowly expelled, and the fish is swallowed whole. So you'll find it is another way, I would say, they have a great way of camouflage. So they really are good at camouflage, and they're therefore able to catch their prey. When we talk of camouflage, they also, of course, that also helps them run away or hide from the predator, but also help them to find food. Now, the mata is not good for to keep as a pet. You know why? They don't like to be handled. Don't try. They are picky eaters. You're not going to bring that food to them. They'll just starve to death if you're not going to bring the right food. Another reason not to keep them as pets, they can grow too big and therefore need enough space. Do you have that much space? They are very hard to breed. Don't expect another baby in a long, long time. Because first of all, where they live, they need a very naturalistic kind of environment. And I don't think a human being will be able to do that. You will need a constant flow of water and change it every often. In your lifetime, you have to be right there. So you can see all these disadvantages of keeping mata as a pet. So, folks, that marks or brings us to the end of our story and our lesson for today and our morals. I hope you have learned something. I want to wish you a wonderful time. For this and more live stories, please log into Facebook Live and even YouTube channels, Detroit Zoo, and you will be able to enjoy more of Virtual Vitamin Z, brought to you by education staff from Detroit Zoological Society. As always, kwaheri, which means goodbye, and we'll see you soon.